I were to ask you what your biggest complaints about Battlefield 5 are, I'm sure campers or camping would be pretty high on that list. I myself complain about them a lot. I have emojis poking fun at them. I even have merchandise that makes fun of them also. On my Twitter, you will often see me make tweets, videos showing campers in bushes, campers in corners, campers on rooftops, those bloody prone MMG campers, absolutely hateful those are, campers with AP mines and resupply stations, what a bunch of dicks those guys are. Then you also have the campers in vehicles. Spawn area. Should I let that guy carry on, or do you really want to hear his camper rant? Campers hiding in rocks, campers hiding in their own loot and firestorm, like what? What are you doing, you absolute idiots? Yep, he's still going, geez, that guy doesn't like campers. That's the SMK you sometimes see and hear on my streams. The one that made those ranting videos and sometimes, well, often actually rages and says things on stream you sometimes shouldn't say in the heat of the moment. We all have a person like that inside of us, don't we? Sometimes we let that person get the better of us and they dig us into a deeper hole. So, on that, let's get into this debate that has been raging on Twitter regarding camping over the last week. It has even got the attention of some well-known YouTubers and many high-profile community members. Jeff Braddock, who is a DICE community manager, wrote a lengthy tweet about it also. More on that later. The video in question involves a member of the Green and White Army Platoon, otherwise known as GAWA, tweeting a video calling out members of the community during a Friday night Battlefield event. The hashtags NoCamping and BCITW were also used. That stands for Best Community in the World. That video is no longer available to view. However, it showed him killing, knifing and then teabagging members for supposedly camping. Now, as I said previously, I post up such videos where I teabag campers whilst raging and swearing, yet I never get such criticism or controversy. Why is that? Westy and Lossy also posted up videos or tweets in recent days, having go at campers and MMG players, yet no real complaints there either. Well, I think the fact that those shown in the video by Chainsaw were tagged and the video was done in a way which appeared to name and shame them didn't do it any favours, especially if it was intended as a joke, which has been suggested it was. This reply from Entron in reaction to Chainsaw's video I think summarises quite well how quite a lot of people outside of GAWA took the video. A lot of people look up to groups like GAWA. How humiliating is it to have someone teabag you in a community night and then upload a video of it while they are verbally abusing and mocking you? Those tagged included Lady Arsenic, the organiser of the Friday Night Battlefield in the US, and Sawtooth, who previously organised the same event for the EU region. No one took too kindly to this naming and shaming and gave their reasons for why they weren't doing it, including Lady Arsenic, who had the support of many people by this point. She wrote a lengthy tweet on it afterwards and she went into detail regarding a few issues she had with the platoon as well as the issues with the video also. They clearly point out teabagging was not the issue. They argued that some were doing assignments, some had just spawned in. Friends of the original tweeter Chainsaw explained it was only a bit of fun, however that did not stop it from progressing. As this occurred at an official EA event, the organisers have to follow the official terms of service, and they state, when you act or use an EA service you agree that you will not harass, threaten, bully, embarrass, spam or do anything else to another player that is unwanted, such as repeatedly sending unwanted messages or making personal attacks or statements about race, sexual orientation, religion, heritage, hate speech is not tolerated. Now, some people in that video felt that they were being harassed, bullied, and as a result they felt embarrassment that they were shown in such a video, and this was the argument put forward towards the person that made the video. Now, in the days that followed, the matter was not helped when Chainsaw, the original tweeter, posted another follow-up tweet which included a video aimed at those which had been criticising him and his fellow platoon members. This only added fuel to the fire, and in the subsequent days even more videos surfaced which painted a bad picture of those in support of Chainsaw, and it depicted another GAWA member team killing someone on an AA gun. They got criticised for that, and it went on and on and on. It really seemed to split the community, which is not needed right now. We all know the reasons why. The one thing I noticed with all these videos is there was no context given in any of the tweets or any of the videos at all. The video that started it only showed each person supposedly camping for only a few seconds. I refer back to my tweets about campers. I will either show the lead up to what happens, when I come across a camper or I will explain it in the tweet. If I didn't do this, viewers could easily say, oh, that person wasn't camping. He could have stopped to lay down to reload, or something else. He could be checking his phone, who knows. You leave yourself open to scrutiny if you do not show the full story, and Chainsaw's tweet lacked that. The context is important because in the team killing video, apparently that was his friend and he was trolling him. Of course, we don't know for certain that that was the case, but let's say it was his friend. If that was known beforehand, would he have been criticised as hard? Maybe a little for hurting his team's chances of winning by allowing the other team's pilots more dominance, but nowhere to the same degree. Likewise, if Chainsaw had provided more context, would he have been criticised less? Well, if they were camping, probably not as much, but that's not the sole reason for the criticism, was it? No. It was also the way the video was presented, using those particular hashtags, making it seem that his PTFO style is the only way to play the game, the language used and how it portrayed to other players. This video, whether you like it or not, broke EA's terms of service. Does this video make Chainsaw a bad person? No, of course not. A few mistakes were just made, and that was it. And then it escalated and escalated because a few of the responses that were put in the video didn't go down too well on their side, and it just kicked off from there. And this leads me on to my next question. If you come across someone who is 100% camping or doing some other playstyle you don't agree with, is it okay to put a video together on them and name and shame them on social media by tagging them? No, it isn't okay, neither in EA's terms of service or morally. Now, I know a few of you are probably saying that's a bit of a contradiction coming from you, SMK. You name and shame people all the time. Yes, I do. I don't hide the fact that I do that either. People who send me hate and call me all the names under the sun have that stuff shared on my social media pages. I still don't tag them though. And yes, I am also aware I have a video on my channel with hundreds of thousands of views naming and shaming someone. Well, to those of you I say this, someone camping in a video game and someone cheating in one are two very different scenarios. He deserved that, but back at the topic at hand. I hope this video so far is highlighting the fact that people on both sides were in the wrong, and the importance of having the context and the facts before judging, especially when you're doing such things in anger. There were so many different conversations going on about it on many different Twitter profiles. People were saying things you shouldn't on one Twitter profile, and then they were being supported by another person, a friend, without the supporting friend realising what that person had previously said on the other person's Twitter profile, making themselves looking bad also. Then there's also the whole mob mentality. When people feel they're being attacked, they just support, no matter what's going on. Again, it can spiral out of control, and it did, turning into one of Battlefield's biggest platoons against the rest of the wider Battlefield community. Just remember this. This platoon runs its own events called Silly Sundays. They participate in many other events also. Their leader, known as ni-oldskool, set a new world record for time spent playing a video game and had the entire Battlefield community behind him. The actions of a few people within that platoon, one who I now know has been banned and barred from the platoon, who were clearly annoyed at campers, should not define them. They made a mistake, and I hope they come to realise that. The way that the initial video was portrayed, not so much the content, was the mistake. Please recognise that. Digging up old tweets from the GAWA platoon members also made the situation worse, as did the daily videos with the no camping hashtag, which in subsequent retweets used them out of context, making things even worse again. Additionally, I have also seen many people writing tweets questioning GAWA, such as the one shown now. Now, this is not an attack on this person, this is just to give an example. When members are constantly reading this stuff over and over again, and old tweets are being brought up, they are going to react with things like I am showing you on screen now. They will defend their platoon, and as such will come out with remarks I'm sure they will later regret. Unfortunately, when this occurs, this also adds fire to the debate and strengthens the opposition's opinion of that platoon and or the person in question. At the moment, there have been no apologies from anyone. Why do you think that is? And it really shouldn't come as a surprise either. This is because it is still in the heated argument stage and everyone believes they are right. people are still at each other's throats over it. I hope that if you were involved or are still currently involved in that argument and are watching this video, take a step back, cool off and think about whether you fueled the fire or you tried to calm things down. If you want to apologise for your part in it, please do. Obviously, you lot have probably already math blocked each other over the whole thing, so maybe leave a comment below and hopefully it gets seen. Then there are those who have gone way beyond what I've just mentioned and resorted to abusing other members, and that is when Jeff stepped in. I have linked his full tweet below, and his tweet is pretty much spot on. Within that tweet is the form to report such abuse. I have since been told that the person who made this abusive tweet is in fact a really nice guy, and all the criticism got to him. Obviously, anger makes people do stupid things, as I've previously said, so he certainly has some making up to do, and if he is this nice guy, I hope Buckshot Betty hears from him very soon. But let's end this video on something related to what I initially started talking about, and on a lighter note. Obviously, many of us have issues with camping, and the anger ensues, but how can we combat that? Why do people camp when such tactics are foreign to so many of us? We don't always know, do we? It could be any number of reasons, and to be honest, most just don't care. They just want that person to get up and off their belly. However, maybe they play that way because they believe, maybe being a solo player, they cannot be aggressive, as they feel they might do worse. The weapons this game offers also makes that decision easy if you're a solo player. In a recent solo Firestorm game, I was killed by a player lying prone with an MG42 in a bunker. I sent him a message asking him how long he had been in there, and he just simply replied, "Only 1 minute, I'm now dead now, am I happy?" Well, I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit happy, but then, as you can see, the discussion progressed and he clearly didn't really know how to play the game, and he was doing that because he wasn't comfortable running around. So I gave him some tips, I linked my YouTube to some videos that may have helped him. This person clearly needed help, and I can relate to this. I never used to be this aggressive player you watch now. Let's go back to 2013 and the release of Battlefield 4. After the first 100 hours, I had a kill-death ratio of 0.33. Yes, you heard that right, 0.33. How the f*** is that possible, you ask? Well, I would sit at choke points on an ammo crate and spam grenades, mainly on Operation Locker. In those games I would have a KD of +3. However, when it came to the following maps, I would do so poorly because obviously I wasn't developing any kind of the required skills to do well. No recoil control, no awareness, no map knowledge, nothing. So after a few rounds of different maps, I would leave that rotation and join another one where Operation Locker was next, and I repeat the same thing. Most people knew players like this. Why would I do this though? Well, to be honest, as a new player going positive and finishing near the top of the leaderboard on one map made me feel good. This could be a similar motivation for others. Why did I stop playing like this? Well, I was actually forced to. DICE changed the resupply rate on the ammo crates. Previously, one would resupply you straight after you used a grenade, so you effectively had an unlimited supply. This was greatly reduced, so you now have to sit there and wait for quite a long time before it resupplied, and even this became boring to me. So I started to PTFO, and eventually I got better, and it wasn't easy. I believe the way Battlefield is, the variety of the gadgets and weapons it offers can create campers and force new solo players into a campy playstyle. The only way I ever see this changing is if those campy weapons are no longer in the game and everyone has friends to play with. Now that is where the likes of GAWA, Friday Night Battlefield and the many other platoons and events can help by connecting new players with one another. Because one thing is certain, Battlefield will always have campy weapons in the game, and that will not change. But what can change is more people, more solo players can find friends to play with. But before that, some people could very well do with changing their attitudes towards them, myself included. It is a video game after all, it is supposed to be fun. I will finish with this one last point. If you are uploading self-made content to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook or any other social media platform, you are a content creator. How you portray that content is a reflection on you, just like any comments you might make. Remember that. Thank you everyone for watching. I don't usually do these serious videos, but I felt this needed discussed. Please drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, post them in the comments section below. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks. Have a good one. Campers in the spawn area, sniper campers, campers with dynamite on entrances and choke points. Would you shut up? That's how I'm told.